Rumors of a new iteration of the Switch of some kind are nothing new. We've heard rumors about a Switch Pro. We've heard rumors about a Switch Lite, which would be just a cheaper handheld only version. But we now have a new rumor coming from Takashi Mochizuki over from the Wall Street Journal that indicates that we might be getting both. That is right, 2 new iterations of Nintendo Switch coming as early as summer. That is absolutely insane. We know that there's something coming. There is some iteration, but the fact that there could be 2, a pro one and a cheaper one, that is a part that is a little bit crazy to me. All right, so let's talk about it here. But first, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed, maybe even hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of our content. Again, liking the video helps us out so much, guys. We would really appreciate it. All right, let's get into some of the quotes here. All right, again, this comes from the Wall Street Journal. And Takashi says, Nintendo company plans to launch 2 new versions of its Switch gaming console as early as this summer. People familiar with the matter said, as the company seeks to sustain sales momentum for the product going into a crucial 3rd year. Let's stop there for a second. The 3rd year is absolutely crucial, but there are a lot of games coming from some major franchises. We are getting a new generation of Pokemon. We are getting Luigi's Mansion, amongst many other things. A little bit Animal Crossing. Yep. All right, so big games coming. Switch is gonna do well, but new hardware is basically gonna just make sure they hit whatever goal they want. All right, so let's continue here. All right, he says one version will have enhanced features targeted at avid gamers, although it won't be as powerful as Sony's PlayStation 4 Pro or Xbox One X, according to part suppliers and software developers for Nintendo who have access to a prototype of the machine. Now, obviously, I never expected it to be anywhere near as powerful as PlayStation 4 Pro or One X, but if this does even just like upscaled 4K of some kind, any type of 4K would be like mind-blowing for me. I'm not expecting that. I would really just be happy with 1440p, or if they can just make a 1080p handheld screen and then do 1440p in dock mode. I don't know what they do with this Pro version, but obviously the more power, the better. It's gonna make sure that, you know, third party is on board the way that they never have been before, even though, you know, third party and Switch is, you know, kind of at a decent place right now. But yes, that is the rumor for the Pro version of this. Again, not as strong as PlayStation 4 Pro and Xbox One X. And, you know, that's kind of a bummer just because next generation is coming, right? PS5, Xbox, whatever they end up calling it. That stuff is, you know, not far, you know, within a year or two we'll have it. So it'd be really nice to have a Switch that is as powerful as PlayStation 4 Pro, but that just isn't in the cards right now. All right, he says that the other version is a cheaper option for casual gamers that Nintendo sees as a successor to its aging handheld 3D device, the suppliers and developers say. All right, so a Switch Lite that is basically handheld only to replace 3DS. Yes, please, 3DS needs to be replaced. I know it has a lot of amazing games. It has one of the best libraries, you know, of any Nintendo handheld. Arguably, of course, you can have your own opinion there, but it's kind of being ushered out. They're not making very many games for it. Sales are declining. It's time to move on. And instead of having a brand new, completely dedicated handheld, why not just have Switch be the thing? It is honestly in their best interest to just have a unified ecosystem. That way they have all their developers making games, albeit at a higher price, just because, you know, 3DS games sell for $40, Switch games launch for $60. But regardless, have everybody on board with the same platform. And yes, you probably have to develop a little bit differently for the Switch Pro or whatever that ends up being called, but everything else should kind of just like maintain the same. If the, you know, handheld only Switch is just kind of the same as the Switch we have now, where it's 720p and, you know, 30 FPS for the most part when playing in handheld, that could be like really cool. And, you know, whatever price they come in is going to be interesting as well, because I mean, the Switch that we have right now is $300 still. I imagine a Pro would cost more. I imagine a Lite would cost less. Who knows if they even keep the current version out there or if they just kind of just phase that out. But if they can have a handheld only version for, you know, $150, $200, I think that becomes way more of an impulse buy, and then multiple families get more Switch consoles. That kind of makes sense. All right, so they say that new models are likely to be unveiled at E3, which is happening in June, and possibly released a few months later. One person familiar with Nintendo's plan said, oh man, E3? 2 new platforms on top of what they already have to show. That is going to be an insane E3. It's getting closer and closer. Zach and I were just talking about booking flights for E3 already, and man, to have the ability to play a couple new hardware like versions of Switch is gonna be insane. All right, so they are saying that you'd be wrong to think that the enhanced version is similar to what Sony did with the PS4 Pro, and the other is just a cheap alternative. It looks very similar to some of the past handheld machines, and they're saying that these things are going to kind of look like dramatically different than what we have now, that it's not going to be the exact same thing. It is going to be like actual iteration and changes, and that's something I am 100% behind. But there you guys have it. We will have a bigger discussion about this, you know, a little bit later. But for now, this news broke at 2 a.m. and I figured why not jump on here and make a very quick video. And I mean, I say quick, but there was a lot of information to go through. We're still at almost 7 minutes, but that has been it. What do you think? Will you be picking up a Switch Pro or Switch Lite if it happens? Would you pick up both? I know I would maybe be crazy enough to get both. I mean, maybe not, since I already have the regular one, but I know Zach would get both. He would be crazy enough to do that. So sound off in the comments below, letting us know what you think. Takashi here has like proven to be right a lot. He worked for the Wall Street Journal, very, very reputable source, and they have other sources. Hey guys, I think this is happening, so get excited. All right, hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed, notification bell so you don't miss any of our content. Twitter link is in the description. Follow us there for more shenanigans and giveaways, and we will catch you on the next one. Switch Force out.